All right, everybody, welcome to the Mortgage Coach Tuesday interview. Every Tuesday, 9 o'clock Pacific, I am interviewing people who are amazing and people who you can learn from. I assume most of the people listening to this, you're either a top producing mortgage professional, or you want to be a top producing mortgage professional, or you are a mortgage executive that is here to get ideas and concepts and inspiration for your next sales meeting or your next virtual sales rally. So you are in the right place. If you want to turn Facebook into a sales weapon, this is the right place. So here's the deal, guys. We all have lots of email databases. We all have lots of mobile phone numbers. Most of us are playing the game, the organic game on Facebook. We want our friends and family members to know what we're doing. We want them to like us. We want them to trust us. And we want them to call us when they want to do a loan. But here is the reality. You're not connecting. They don't know you. But most of the people on your organic Facebook, it's only 20% of your audience or less that you're connecting with. When it comes to your email database, it's a small percentage of the people that even see what you have. Maybe your text is getting through to people, but let's face it, how often can you text people? And you can't text everybody. So if you want your entire audience, Facebook audience, email audience, to know what you're up to, you need to tune in to what we're going to talk about today, because we're going to talk about how to go from organic Facebook and just touching less than 20% of your audience to how can you touch more of those people in your audience, engage with them. And then guys, here's the other deal. How can you grow that audience so that you have an even bigger Facebook audience? So I have brought Bill Hillstead in a number of times. I still think Bill is a black belt and a badass at this. But you know what? Who the master of lead gen in the mortgage industry is? It's Carl White. And so you don't know Facebook advertising until we know what Carl White knows. So Carl, I know I got you for an hour, and I know that you invited Nina Barron, who I am looking forward to learning from and hearing from. So I don't think Carl White needs an introduction, but Carl, if you don't mind just kind of framing what you're going to teach us today, and do tell us who Nina is so we know what's up, what's with the team here.
Yeah, cool stuff. So first of all, you're dead on. This is not about doing something instead of something else. This is another leg on the stool, but this should be a major leg on the stool. So this is not instead of texting. This is certainly not instead of phone calls or instead of, look, I've been a fan of Bill Hillstead for a long time. So this is nothing, there's multiple ways. So some of the stuff we talk about, I'm sure it's going to be in common with Bill. Some stuff might have a difference of opinions, but certainly Bill's been around the block a few times and he knows where the gas goes. So super cool guy. And you're right. It's like so much. I think a big problem people have with social media, not just loan officers, but all kinds of all kinds of people that are looking to get their message out, is they go, how can I do it for free? How can I do it for free? And that is a mind shift has to happen, where this is about writing small checks to cash big checks. That if it's like, dude, Facebook is like a printing press for $100 bills. And I hear some people say, yeah, but I don't want to go buy ink to print those $100 bills. And I think, dude, okay. Yeah, don't do that, man. Keep doing what you're doing then, you know? So this is about how to do it, not organically, but how do you pay for traffic that definitely results in loans. Who's helping me today has been one of my secret weapons. Some of you might know her, Nina Barron. So Nina and I have been working together for probably about a year and a half, give or take. She's a digital marketer specialist. So she doesn't do just the social media. She's also like a funnel specialist and like all the different softwares and programs, you know, to create funnels and follow up and videos. And Nina, and you'll be hearing a lot more from her. I've just been keeping her a little bit hidden as my own secret weapon until I get that real good contract with her, which I have in place now. So she's been a huge addition to the mortgage marketing animal family. And Nina and I work on a one-to-one basis with each other a lot during the week. So we meet literally at least like once a day during the week. So she's been a huge resource. And just one other thing on the Facebook ads. I know there's a lot of people teaching Facebook ads, and I'm sure they're all good at what they're doing. Just as an FYI, we just got the number this morning. So far, I've spent $694,131.89. In other words, almost $700,000 of my own personal money running my own personal ads. So that's not an agency running ads for other people. These are my ads directing for my services, and both in the training and in the writing of mortgage, because I'm a branch manager. So almost $700,000, and I definitely know a lot about Facebook ads, and looking forward to sharing it with the help of my very dear friend, Miss Nina Barron. So did I miss anything, Nina?
Nope, it's all good.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and do a screen share, and so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run through a PowerPoint slide. Dave, if you see any questions, or if you have any questions or comment, man, feel free. The people that are watching on Facebook Live, if you have a question or something, feel free. We're gonna do a couple of things here. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to run through this presentation, but we're not going to just give theoretical about, hey, you might want to think about. We're going to actually show you how to place the ads, which is a little bit of clicking of buttons here. That's probably about a third or maybe half of what we're doing here. But we're going to run through that part very, very, very rapidly, because it's not the sexiest part. It's incredible. Look, you need to know how to do it, not just a theoretical. So this is not a teaser class. But what we've done is Nina's going to run through that part, and she's going to do it kind of quickly. She knows it way better than I do. But what we've already done is this PowerPoint, which has screenshots of exactly step-by-step how to do it. This PowerPoint, and Nina was kind enough to go and re-record this on her own, much slower, much more in depth. And we're going to give that to everybody at the end. There's nothing to buy. Keep your credit card in your pocket, as my way of saying thanks to Dave for being an awesome friend and leader in our community, for his tribe, which I'm honored to be one of, part of his tribe. We're going to literally just give it all to you. There's nothing for you to buy or anything like that. So let's run right into it.
Real quick, but before we do that, mortgage coach community, what makes calls like this super valuable is your engagement. So please, whether you're watching this in Zoom or you're watching this in our Facebook Live right now, put your comments in. Do ask questions. We want to know what your questions are. And if there is a big takeaway, or should I say when there is a big takeaway, share that so that we all learn better together. So with that said, take it away, guys.
All right, cool. And again, just for clarification, I've spent $700,000 in Facebook ads. I've literally made literally tens of millions of dollars on Facebook. So this has been a really, really, really good thing. So, all right, so there's three main targets to target on Facebook. And I'm going to tell you, this is where most people are missing out. In fact, I think everybody, just being honest with you, I think everybody that's doing Facebook ads in the mortgage community is missing out on what I would say is the real gold in this. So we have our past database, we have referral partners, and we have consumer direct. In other words, what Nina's going to walk you through is how we can, you can have a set of ads only seen by your database and nobody else. We can have ads sent by only your referral partners and nobody else. And then you can have ads that go to consumer direct. Now, one thing we're going to show you is what we're going to focus on today is past database and referral partners. I'm just going to, and I know there's other people that teach other things, and I'm sure it's all good. But for me personally, after spending $700,000, I have found that Facebook ads to strangers is not scalable. And I get it. There's these automated softwares. I happen to be a part owner of one of them, connectmyleads.com, that when you Facebook ad to strangers, it'll text message them, it'll voicemail drop them, it'll email them on a sequence lasting, I think it's for 6 months. It'll follow up, and it works. It works fine, right? It works fine, but not near as good. Nowhere close. It's not even in the same chapter as running Facebook ads to your past database and referral partners. I personally, and I know a lot of loan officers, and Nina, if I say something that you disagree with, man, like always, speak up. But I personally don't know of a single loan officer running consumer direct that I would say is knocking out of the park. Nina, I know you work with literally hundreds of loan officers across the nation. Do you know anybody, have I missed something? Do you know anybody that's knocking out of the park? Knocking out of the park, say closing 10 loans or more, doing consumer direct as the main feed?
Not at all. And it's interesting that you bring that up because I was talking to somebody yesterday we had the same conversation that they are running ads consumer direct. And they're like, I don't know what's wrong. I'm not getting as many leads. I thought I was doing the right thing. What's going on? And so we had the same conversation about running ads to your past database and your referral partners in order to generate more leads or to generate more loans.
So yeah, and so if you've been running Facebook ads at consumer direct, and you go, well, I've tried that. That stuff doesn't work or whatnot. Man, don't stop doing this. It's just my opinion. You may have been targeting the wrong crowd. That when you target your past database and qualified referral partners, and we're going to show you sample ads here today of what we're actually running. This has been an out of the park, leather off the ball, home run for literally, we put in pennies and we bring in $100 bills. I mean, it's just unfreaking believable. And I'm going to tell you right now, like the same clicks that we're getting on Facebook for a couple bucks on Google will cost 25, 35, like literally 10 times more. That's only for a short period of time. Jump on board because, man, it is real soon. Because a year ago, they were a tenth as what they were now. So they've already increased by 10, and they're going to do it again because it's so much better than the return than Google ads. Because I've run a ton of money on those too. So let's talk. We're going to talk about why we use Facebook. We're going to walk you through the Facebook audience upload and ad setup to the past database of referral partners, and we're going to show you exact copies of which ads to use. So why should you use Facebook ads? And the one thing that Nina and I have come up with is you want to align yourself like as a as a local celebrity. And the idea behind this, look, here in the Tampa Bay area, so I'm in the Tampa, and Nina is too. We're in the Tampa Bay area, and I'm not saying this to be braggadocious or anything. I'm just telling you, I can't make a cold call. Everybody knows me. Everybody knows me. It would be, I say impossible, but you get the idea. Like when I go to the Realtors Association, hey Carl, what's going on, Carl? Hey Carl, it's all because of the Facebook ads, right? It's all because of the Facebook ads, and that you want to create it so that when a listing agent sees you as the pre-approved letter being sent on behalf of a borrower, they go, oh, it's Nina. Oh, well, Nina's one of the, man, I see Nina. Nina's everywhere. And so I feel very comfortable with this pre-approval letter. Or when Nina holds a class at the Realtors Association, oh, it's Nina. Or Nina just shows up. Gosh, it's Nina, right? It's a game changer. It's kind of like if Jimmy Fallon walks in the room, everybody knows him. And it's that same kind of a thing. We call it the Oprah effect. You know, it's just like I don't know about you. I personally have never met Oprah. She's definitely on my list, though. Mike, if I meet her, I'm going to be stopped. You know, everybody knows I'm a huge fan of hers. When I meet her, I'm going to be talking to her like girlfriend. We've been homies for like best friends for 25 years now.
Yeah.
And it's because she's a celebrity. Like I see her everywhere I go. And you can have that same power for a fraction of what it would cost to do that on radio and TV, which goes on the next thing. It's quick and it's super inexpensive to implement. So that's why we should use Facebook ads. Now, one thing, and I think this is a huge mistake, so many people, me included, particularly before Nina came on board, is that the objective of running Facebook ads is to get more referrals. Now, you might think, well, of course, Carl. That's where most people screw up. They think, well, I got 136 likes. I got 343 views of that video. You can't take video views. You can't take likes to the grocery store and buy a gallon of milk. I can have 1 million views. Dude, I know people, like in some of the other mastermind groups that Nina and I hang out with that are non-mortgage related, like Facebook ad type mastermind groups. And we know people that have literally millions of views on their videos, just more likes than I could even dream of. And yet they're starving because what they haven't understood is the end result we're looking for is not likes, it's not video views, it's referrals. So never forget that. Did I hammer that home good enough there, Miss Nina?
Man, that's it exactly. We're trying to
Yeah.
get referrals. We're trying to get business.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So always remember that that's the number one thing is it's not how many views that I get, it's how many referrals. So Nina, why don't you walk us through a little bit about the how to this and some of the lists, how we upload these lists and like we get a list and what happens then and where do we get these lists? And then let's show some Facebook sample ads of ones that we've actually used. And again, Nina, because Nina's going to run through this somewhat quickly, because again, we have a recording where she goes in much more depth, much more slowly, and we're going to give you the PowerPoint so you can like point and click where she tells you to.
Exactly. So the thing about getting your list, typically you already have this list. You can download it from your CRM or you already have this in an Excel spreadsheet. So we're looking at your past database and we're looking at a different list so you can segment these out, your referral partner list. And so you might have a lot of information on that spreadsheet, but what we are looking for in order to upload into Facebook are 4 different columns. And that's the first name, last name, email address, and a cell phone number if you have it. And the reason behind the cell phone number and the email address, first name, last name, is so that Facebook can identify which John Smith you're talking about. So,
and so
remember,
Nina,
first name, last name, email, and phone number.
So one of the little tricks that we've done in doing this, so everybody get that, you go to your past database, you get their name, cell phone, and email, upload it to Facebook, and you can target those people, which is way cool, right? You'll definitely get referrals from that. But another thing you can do is you get a list of real estate agents in your area that have done at least 8 buyer sides or more in the last 12 months. 8 buyer sides or more in the last 12 months, which is right off of MLS. You get a realtor, an appraiser, a title company, just a buddy to go onto MLS and download your list of qualified agents. And just as a rule of thumb, for every 1 million people in your area or multiple or division thereof, you get about 1,000 qualified agents. So if I'm in an area of 500,000, there's going to be about 500 qualified agents. If I'm in a 1 million area, or if I'm in Houston that has like 4 million, there's like 4,000 qualified agents. And that's where, so we get that list, even if we don't know them, we get that list uploaded to Facebook. They're going to know you before this is over with, right? Because you're going to be on these people like white on rice, so that when you do see them at the title company, when you do call them up for a coffee appointment, they already know who you are. It's kind of like you're the guy or you're the gal that's got a billboard on every street corner that they ride by and see every day, because you're in front of them all day long on Facebook. And the average, I saw a thing the other day, Nina, there might be some other numbers, but this is one I saw, that the average real estate agent spends almost 2 hours a day on Facebook. And so they can be looking at your face and your ad, and we're going to show you the ads, for literally 2 hours a day, everywhere they go. And they think that you're like everywhere. They think that you're on, like, they go to ESPN fan page, they go to CNN fan page, they go to, insert in political person fan, and you're on all those. They think, my gosh, she's everywhere. No, you're everywhere they're looking. So exactly. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
That's a perfect point though. So we have the list. You're going to save that list as a CSV file. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and upload that into Facebook. So I'm going to show you how we do that. Quick disclaimer, before you can upload a list into Facebook, you have to have a Facebook business page and a business manager account. And if you don't have a business manager account, that's okay. You can create one. Everything is free. We're not going to go into that, but you can go to business.facebook.com in order to create that business manager account, and Facebook will walk you through how to do that. So business.facebook.com in order to get that done. All right, so let's upload our list. When you log into Facebook, you're taken to your home screen, and what you'll do is you can click on this little triangle drop down and click on Manage Ads, or you can go to the sidebar here, and under Explore, you'll see Ads Manager, and you can click on that button. Either one will take you to the dashboard that we want to get to. And then you're going to select your account. Now, some of you are already familiar with running Facebook ads. Some of you already have a business manager account, or some of you may have a couple of business accounts. So you're just going to select the correct account that's associated with the business page that you want to run ads for. And now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. So you're going to select, you're going to click on the menu bar, and your user interface may be different. I do want to just say this. Facebook changes the user interface all the time. So your interface may look a little bit different than this, and that's okay. The names of the buttons are the same. So you're going to click on your menu button and you're going to select audiences. Once we get to audiences, you're going to click on the create audience button. It'll give you a drop down, and we're going to click on custom audience. And then customer list is what we're looking for. It'll have this pop-up show up on your page, and this is Facebook's way of kind of walking you through how to do this, and it's just talking to you about preparing your customer list. But we've already done that because we have our CSV file, and we have the 4 columns, which is the first name, last name, phone number, and email address. This is the second pop-up that you'll see. I'm not going to get into the details of this. We typically select no. So just select no and then click next. And now we have the opportunity to upload our file here, and we can name our audience here. You click next. Now we see that we have our audience loaded and the file loaded. We'll click next. And then this is the area where Facebook is asking you to identify each of the columns that we've uploaded. So we have our first name. If it doesn't recognize it, all you'll click is this do not upload dropdown. And now you'll see a selection of options, and we want to select first name so that Facebook knows this is the first name column, this is the last name column, the email column, and then the phone number column. We'll click upload and update once everything is selected correctly. That should take about, it might take 5 seconds, it might take 10 seconds. Sometimes it can take up to a minute depending on how large your file is. But once that's finished, you're going to now see your new list in the dashboard. And what you're looking for is the availability column to say ready. And then you're ready to go to run ads to this particular list.
All right, and we're going to show you how to create the ads. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to show you some of the different ads that we use. And Dave, one thing is on these ads, like any message that you would normally text message, or any message that you might leave a voicemail for, or any message that you would email for, as you're looking through these ad examples, I want you to start thinking. I want your audience, Dave, to start thinking, what would that ad look like? How can I give that same, like, dude, Dave, you're the master of scripts, and that script show that was on about 2 weeks ago.
Scriptapalooza.
Unbelievable great content. So listen to some of these scripts, and as you're looking at these ad samples, I want you to start thinking, how could I have that message? Because again, this message is being seen only by your past database if you choose. And then they see your ad, and then they get your text message, and then they get your phone call, and then they get your mailer. Like it's a combination of these things that you're speaking to each one in the way that they like to receive messages. So just kind of keep your mind open and think about the different ways you could place ads for the different messages that, Dave, you've been so over the years have taught us to use.
So couple things, guys. So first of all, we'd love to know your questions. I've been posting some of the key actions that are being thrown at you as to what I think you need to do. So if you're in Facebook, I'm putting action, and then upload your database of realtors, buyer agents that have done 8 transactions or more over the past 12 months. I'm putting that there. Also, yeah. I want you guys to take note of bullet point number 3, POC, post of coolness. Guys, we're only going to get that from Carl White. Like who else has a category, post of coolness? I mean, that's a Carl White move. So when it comes to building your personal brand, there's some things that you are doing that's like, it's direct response. I want your business. And there's some things that you're doing where you're building trust and you're becoming the captain of coolness. So, dude, I like that. And one last note before I throw it back to you guys. Guys, it's not that I'm great. It's that the mortgage coach community is great. You know, when we did Scriptapalooza, it wasn't me that made it great. It was, we had 10 amazing mortgage professionals sharing the goods. So that's another thing I would push you guys to. You're watching this interview. You are either active in our YouTube channel or you wouldn't be seeing it. You're active in our Facebook group or you wouldn't be seeing it. If you've got a post that you're willing to share that was either a great example of you being the captain of coolness, or if you've got a great post where you used a total cost analysis to get leads, where they're not just any leads saying I want a loan, they're like leads saying, I want that extra level of transparency. If you have some of those, share them in our group. We want to learn to get better. That's why you engage with Mortgage Coach. So back to you guys.
All right, real good. And by the way, Deborah Allred asked, are we getting this recording? You are. You're getting it two ways, actually. As always, I'm sure this recording of this is up on Dave's Facebook group page. In addition to that, we're going to give you, Nina has gone through a more in-depth recording about here's how you click and here's how you upload, and a copy of the PowerPoint. At the end, we're going to give you a website that you can go to, and we're going to give it to you. It's no credit card or anything, so you can have the whole thing.
So
yes,
one
sir.
more note on that. So guys, one of the things that we're going to start doing at Mortgage Coach every time on our Tuesday calls and on our Friday calls, we are going to upload those into our YouTube channel and we are going to broadcast them at 2:00 Pacific. So what's cool about watching it when we're broadcasting it is that you can collaborate with whoever else is watching that. So this particular thing will be interviewed or will be live. But guys, I can tell you right now what Carl is going to give you, the slides, the other recording, you're going to want to take action on that. So, anyways, keep it
and that's a great point, Dave. We kind of want you to just sit back and just absorb this and just start thinking about the different ads. I'm telling you, this has literally made me tens of millions of dollars, literally. So, and you know, I guess I'm supposed to throw in a disclosure. Your results may vary. But I'm going to show you the different kinds of, I mean, we're not holding anything back here. And also, Chris Duffy brings up a great point. When you upload these lists of these top real estate agents and of your past database, you do not have to be friends on Facebook for them to see it, for you to see each other, right? That's I could upload a list of only restaurants in my area or only plumbers in my area or whatever makes sense, business leaders in your area. And that's the only people that are going to see it. And even though we're not friends on Facebook, I'm going to show up on their news feed as if we were friends. Yep. And so that's a great question or a great comment that you put there, Chris. So, all right. So the different ad examples that we're going to show you here is we're going to show you client success stories. And I think a lot of you are kind of common about that or have seen something like that. We're going to show you about what's happening this weekend, how you can do ads on that. And we're going to talk about post of coolness. We'll explain that. And then agent mastermind invitations. And again, we've also added on total cost analysis ads. Nina came up with some brilliant stuff for today. And so let's talk just for a little bit about client success stories. And you've seen these. These are likely the same kind of things that you might have been putting on your personal page. You know, you put your picture, you know, holding keys to the house and a sold sign, maybe taken at the title company or maybe taken in front of their house. And, you know, maybe somebody says some nice things about you and post it on Facebook and you snag a picture of that. That's what we're talking about here. And these ads, these pictures, these will go to past database and referral partners. Because we want it so that when these referral partners, like the top agents in your area, they say, wow, you had a closing yesterday. Wow, you had a closing this week. Wow, you had a closing next week. Wow, you had a closing last month. And all these people are happy and another 5-star review. If you've got using one of those platforms, you know, like Social Survey or one of those other platforms, you can snag pictures of those and post those. And
Hey, Nina, did we lose Carl?
Uh-oh.
And all these people.
He's back.
Okay, sorry about that. So people like to hang out with successful people. And so this is just in a cool way showing that you're successful. And the people that's going to see this is going to be your past database and referral partners, those that know you and those that you want to know, so that when you're making coffee appointments or when you're showing up to the title company or they get your pre-approved letter from your buyer, they already are pre-sold, they're pre-indoctrinated that you're like very successful and somebody they want to hang out with. So very, very, very powerful thing.
Hey, real quick on that one, guys. I see all the time where a family will call out in different ways the fact that they got the total cost analysis. Hey, I love those options with the video. Please tag us, guys. When you get a customer success story and it calls out mortgage coach within it, tag mortgage coach, hashtag mortgage coach, tag me. We want to see that stuff, and emphasize be creative. You know, I see a lot of people share success stories where it's not creative, it's not cool. Doesn't mean don't do it ever, because I don't think it's bad, but it can become noise. So just be cognizant of that. Like if it feels like noise, no one's engaging with it, no one's liking it, you know, be creative, as Carl said. Keep it rocking.
Yeah, absolutely. So in addition to client success stories, another set of ads that we run, it's what's happening this weekend. And on these, I want you to think about like the message we're looking to give across to people is, I'm a real person just like you. I'm a real person just like you. It's a very, very important message. And so we do a little Facebook, we do a simple little recording with our iPhone or your phone. So this is not a heavily edited thing. This is literally holding your phone up and shooting a selfie recording, or have, you know, one of your kids or somebody in your office or your friend or a family member hold the camera. Real short and sweet, like 2-minute video. And the video would simply be, hey, this is Carl White. Couple cool things. This goes out on Thursday, by the way. So, hey, Carl White here. Couple cool things happening this weekend. Thing number 1, thing number 2, thing number 3. Hope to see you out on the town. We're still deciding which one of these we're going to. What an awesome place we live. By the way, anytime you, a friend or family is looking to buy, sell, or refinance, can I count on you to give me a call? That's what I do. So appreciate you guys. See you out on the town. Now, these 3 things, so that was like a 10-second call to action. And it's sandwiched with what's happening this weekend in Tampa Bay or Kansas City or Pleasant Garden, North Carolina, like wherever you happen to be. And the 3 things we pick one thing that's artsy fartsy. We pick one thing that's adult-ish, but not controversial. And we pick one thing that's kids friendly. So, so artsy fartsy, I don't know, maybe there's the Florida Orchestra is coming to town, adult-ish. Maybe you have like we have a thing here down in St. Petersburg, not too far from where Nina is, called First Friday. So the first Friday of every month, it's an adult-ish big street party down there. I guess you could take kids, but you probably wouldn't want to, so it's nothing, it's not like Mardi Gras or something outlandish. So stay away from anything even remotely controversial, right? And then something for the family, I don't know, maybe the art show or face painting or, the circus coming to town kind of thing. And, but again, every time you do this, you're going to have what I call my 3x3 call to action. Anytime a friend, family member, or coworker is looking to buy, sell, or refinance, can I count on you? Now, on that ad, you're going to have that going to your past database and also to your qualified list of agents, because you're teaching them about who you are, what you stand for. You're a fun person, but you're not an irresponsible person. You want this to be kind of like apple pie in baseball. So like, I wouldn't go to the local political rally, and say, well, so-and-so politician is coming into town and, you might want to go to I probably would stay away from that kind of thing. Even if you do both sides, just leave that alone. And let's talk about unicorns, puppy dogs, and rainbows kind of thing. So this will go to your past database and referral partners to show that not only do you have client success stories, you're also a cool person. You're a fun person. If you got a family, do it with your kids. If you don't have a family, that's okay. Do it with you, maybe a buddy, maybe a boyfriend, a girlfriend. Don't be sitting in a stuffy office. Like, make this just kind of fun. My wife and I, we do a lot of traveling. We were invited to be guests. We weren't on the show, but we had a buddy that hooked us up with some VIP tickets to Jeopardy. And so we took little pictures of Jeopardy and like when we go see someplace or meet somebody or something like that, just just a simple little thing. I'm a real person, just like you. So that's what's happening
Another
this
thing,
week.
Carl, that I wanted to, you brought this up, but I just want to kind of hark on this point that it's a 2-minute video. It's not a 10-minute video. It's not an explainer video. It's something that's going to take you 30 seconds to 2 minutes to say. So again, you have the phone in your pocket. Use it. It does not have to be professionally edited. That's not what people are looking for. And like Carl said, I'm a real person just like you. To be relatable, use your phone. Let it be 30 seconds to 2 minutes long.
Yeah. In fact, I think it's important for it not to be professionally edited. I do. I think that it's kind of raw-ish.
Yeah.
You want good lighting, you want good sound, but raw-ish. Just like these examples that we're showing here, it's exactly what you're looking for. Like, don't try to be CNN or Fox or ESPN. You're not going to win that game. And a lot of people, just real quick on the video thing, Nina, and we've got a whole set of trainings on video marketing. People, I don't like the way I look on camera. Look, that's what you look like, right? That's who you are. And people say, well, I don't like the way I sound on video. That's how everybody hears you every time you talk.
Yep.
And if you're going to the grocery store, you go to 7-Eleven, you go get gas, and you get out of your car, that's what you look like. And not all of us are blessed to look like a model like Nina does. Some of us look like Carl, right? And that's okay, right? I don't have to look like Brad Pitt for this stuff to do real well with it, because I look like this is who I am. Yep. And you don't want to doll yourself up so when people see you, they don't go, wait, I don't even recognize this guy. This isn't the guy. That, like, just be you. Don't use glamour ads. Be like however you are when you walk around town, or when you go to the closing, or when you go to the Realtor Association. Go like that. So don't the video, dude, just be you. It's totally okay. I'm always reminded. So one of my I have a second cousin, the actor Steve Buscemi. Oh. And Steve, those of you that know him, not the most attractive man in the world, right? His teeth are kind of funny. I mean, he's a super guy. He's a wonderful actor. But I remember when I first started doing the video, I thought, well, honey, I don't look that good on video. And she said, take a good look at Steve. And again, not trying to be rude or anything, but it's like, okay, you don't have to be Brad Pitt, and obviously Steve's done amazing for himself. And so however you look, I always believe, look, I always think God made me imperfect in a perfect way. And I believe the same thing for you. So enough about video. All right. So on the next thing let's just talk briefly about post of coolness. And so post of coolness, again, this is more of I'm a real person just like you. And these are really, really important. And so I put a picture of my kids. Like, this is my daughter. She's in med school. But, dude, she could be in, working at Starbucks, right? It doesn't matter. It's not about, look at me kind of thing. It's just like I have a normal family, normal-ish family, just like you. Or like I did a little interview with a dear friend of mine. Works over Annie Mac, and that's the other one. Anytime you're in a mastermind group, or if you speak at the Realtors Association, take a picture of that. The other one, I'm on vacation. I'm at the beach. I don't want to take a picture of me in front of my Bentley, because I think that would come across as uncool, or in front of a Ferrari or something, because we're not looking like you're showing that you're successful, but we don't want to smash their face in it, right? So you don't want to. If I got a jet plane, I probably wouldn't take a picture of me on my jet plane, kind of thing. But I will take a picture of me like at a nice vacation, or if I'm like, I met Kevin O'Leary, or I met Dr. Oz, I met some Jack Black. I spent an afternoon with him, and I did. I shamelessly took a picture of every single one of them, and I made it real cool. Look, these aren't my friends. This was special experiences that people hooked me up with. But show your success. Just do it in a very cool way. So you get the idea about that. So just post of coolness, which is basically a normal Facebook post that you would post on any given day, except you're running traffic to it. And again, the purpose of doing that is we're pre-indoctrinating agents that you don't know that are successful in your past database. They're constantly reminded of who you are. Here's what I stand for. I'm apple pie and peanut butter and baseball. And I'm the kind of person you want to do business with, so that when they're out talking with their friends and family members, in between your emails, in between your text, in between your phone calls, they're seeing you literally on a daily basis, that they're just and you come across as important, because you are important. right? You are important, that you're now positioning yourself as like the doctor, the attorney, the accountant, the loan officer. We're not just, at the ice cream parlor selling ice cream cones, which is a fine career, but you're elevating your status to like the mayor, people of importance in your area.
So remember too, just on that point, to do it consistently, to your point of you're elevating yourself to the mayor status, what you're trying to do is the local celebrity effect. We're trying to have that Oprah effect where you are being seen by this particular audience all the time. So you're running these ads, you're running traffic to these ads, but make sure that you're doing it consistently so that the effect is working.
And that's a great point. And by the way, the cost of doing this is, and I think we might have a slide on that, but if not, we'll bounce some numbers here toward the end. Another thing, like here in the Mortgage Marketing Animals, we have a service we called Agent Masterminds, where we teach classes for loan officers on their behalf to their real estate agents. And so you can, or like if you're teaching a class at the local Realtors Association, you can do those kinds of ads. And then for those of you, which should be everybody that's doing the total cost analysis, man, this is a game changer. And by the way, we have these primarily to the past database. I've been thinking about this, Nina. I'd probably have these running to my referral partners too, because again, they're seeing my name come up. They're seeing how I'm saving people money. And this kind of goes right along with success stories like this one on the upper left. Another family saves $463 a month while paying off credit card debt and paying off the mortgage 6 years faster. Let's find out how much you could save. Let's take a look at your cost analysis. And when they click on the button, it contacts us. It goes directly to a Facebook message to you or to a landing page if you want. We find directly to the Facebook message is a killer thing to do. And then we've got somebody in the office that let's just be honest here, as you sits there and starts that Facebook interaction and then sets up an appointment for you to do a total cost analysis on your calendar. And very, very, very successful.
So I want to add a couple notes to this. So what you're seeing on the screen right now, those are actual marketing examples where you've taken stories and strategies in mortgage coach land and you've packaged them for the consumer. But I want you guys to really grip around three key concepts. One, to help a family make a smart mortgage decision, they need options. And let's face it, most families don't get options. They get a fee worksheet. So think about that. Like, how do I, like when I meet with family, I talk to them like, here's the three foundations of a smart decision. But now when you do your marketing, sometimes you might call out. I gave them options and they picked one. It's always, to make a smart mortgage decision, they've got to analyze the cost over 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Guys, that's a huge one with marketing. Most loan officers just like, oh, I did a refi and I saved someone $260 a month. Well, what did you save them over 5 years? And what did you save them over 30 years? Put that in your marketing. And then number three foundation to making a smart mortgage decision is, hey, what if you took that refi and you took that $361 your savings and you prepaid your mortgage? And now, guys, here's the marketing. Wow. Like they paid off their house 10 years early and they saved $9,444 over the life of their loan. There's the marketing, guys. So I wanted to give you this framework. The slide, take a picture of it, use it. But that's something you would use at the point of sale to educate a consumer and how you're better and different. And then what you just saw, and Nina, if you could share your screen, get back on track. This is the marketing. Put in those big numbers, savings over time, and the life-changing value, the transformation you made for the family. And remember, guys, feel free to put the hashtag mortgage coach, tag us. We want to see you when you do this. And guys, here's the beauty. Not only are you building your brand, not only are you differentiating yourself, but you're getting leads. We call them lead magnets. You're using the total cost analysis to generate a lead. So Carl, thank you for this. This is awesome.
Yeah. So this, and by the way, when you're showing them, you're saving the $90,000, then talk about what did they do with it? What are they planning to do with that $90,000, right? Don't just talk about the money. Talk about the, buying a retirement house or paying, the kids are all going to the plan is for all the kids now to be able to graduate college with no student loan debt, or, they're planning on, they're talking about in a couple of years taking that savings and doing a trip to London or Norway or whatever, whatever that thing is. So don't just talk about the money, talk about what their intention, what does that money bring them, getting them to envision them having no student loan debt, them going to Norway or whatever that thing might be. So, all right, cool.
Yeah, one more little quick note, guys. In the Mortgage Coach Facebook group, I have shared examples of loan officers doing this. So you can look things up under Real World, MC Real World, and MC, I think we call them success stories. So you can find examples where loan officers have done this in our Facebook group. Check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so just a quick overview, and then we're going to show you how to create the actual ads. We're going to run through this. This will take like 5 minutes, and then I'll show you the website where you can get all the recordings and the PowerPoint, so you can follow this as a step by step. So number one, we created a business page. Number two, we identified who we want to see the ads. Number three, we uploaded our list, both our past database and our referral partners that we want to work with. And we're not sending it to strangers that have no clue who we are, not interested in it. And I'm just telling you right now, that is not what you want to do. And we storybooked our ads, talking about these different ads that we're running. And next, we're actually going to make some ads. So Nina, if you'll run us through the actual creation of the ads. And again, guys and gals, keep in mind, we've got a recording here. We're gonna slow it down and kind of run you through it because of time. We're gonna run through this next part pretty quick.
Perfect. So again, we get to our homepage. We are going to be redirected to our business manager account. We'll select our account. And now we want to, instead of clicking audiences, once we click on our menu button, we're going to select ads manager. Once we select ads manager, we are going to create a campaign. And this is the button that we're looking for to create that campaign. As loan officers, we need to identify ourselves as special ads category. So select the button to identify yourself as a special ads category and select the option housing. And then for any of the ads that we just discussed, your objective could be one of these three. So a traffic campaign, an engagement campaign, or a video views campaign if you use video views if you actually uploaded a video. And then once you click next, you go to a section that's the ad set level section of creating your campaign. In order to upload or to start driving traffic to the list that we've uploaded, you're going to go to the subsection audiences, and here is where you will start to type in the name of the list that you just uploaded. And you'll find the drop-down selection here for you to just select, and then you can move forward. And then this is the part where you actually, start to craft your ad based on which ad you choose to utilize. And so you'll create the ad, you'll select your media, whether that's a photo, a graphic, or a video. And then you can start adding in your primary text. You'll see a preview here on the side, and then you'll add a headline and then a website if you are redirecting your user to another link. Then you'll go ahead and publish your ad. Once you publish your ad, it will automatically go into review status, and the review status might take a couple hours for Facebook's algorithm or someone manually to just take a look at your account and make sure everything's good. You're still, following or abiding by Facebook's policies and their rules. And once that's, once it's good to go, you get the approval and it will go out to the list that we just uploaded. Now, when we talk about measuring for success or looking for success, how do we know that our ads are successful? Again, like Carl mentioned at the very beginning, the ultimate goal is to generate referrals, right? But if you want to look at the data on the back end of your business manager account, what you're going to do is go to this area here and click on columns. You're going to click on performance and clicks. And then here are some of the results that we take a look at just to make sure that we are utilizing our ad spend in the way that we need to. As far as your budget is concerned for a Facebook ad, you could start, Facebook ads are so dirt cheap. You're literally spending pennies. But you could start off by spending about $5 a day for each campaign.
$5.
Truly.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. So Frequency just means how often did your audience see that. We want to make sure that that number stays under 6. We want to reach as many people as possible in the audience, and that depends on, you know, how big or small
But
your
again,
list
making a
is.
point, not strangers. Running
Mhm.
ads to strangers, I'm just telling you that may or may not be the best. Let me just say it this way. I have not found that to be scalable at any level that I'm looking to do. And so can we close some loans by that? Sure. Is it anything that's good, you know, going to really get some serious traction with us? I'm just telling you, it's my experience after spending $700,000. No, you want to be sending this to a warm and fuzzy crowd, people that you're going to be calling, texting, and emailing. Which, by the way, this is a big mistake. If you think you're going to run ads and then people are going to just magically start calling you up saying, Nina or Bob or Dave or Jeremy, hey, I want you to do all my loans now. I'm not going to tell you that's not going to happen, because it might and may. Uh, but when you combine your ads with your phone calls and your texting and your snail mail and your emails, it exponentially increases the results of that. And again, you don't have to be worried about making a cold call, even to these real estate agents that you may or may not have even worked with before. They're going to know who you are because they're seeing your ad all the time. They're seeing you at the title company. They're seeing what you did last weekend. They're seeing what you recommend that they do, take the family to over the weekend. And they're just seeing you all the time, like that billboard going down the interstate for a fraction of the cost. And Eric Hobbs asked a great question. Recommended time to run the ad, such as a week. Again, I think what Nina says and what we found out is that, as a rule of thumb, it's not the time, it's how many times they saw the ad. And somewhere around, once they've seen the ad about 6 times, it's time to change the ad. And depending upon your budget, that could happen in a week. It might happen in 2 weeks, give or take. But like if I have a past database of, say, I don't know, 300 people, Nina, what are we talking about here? If we have a past database of 300 people, we're talking about an ad spend per month of what, maybe $30?
$50. Yeah. I
Yeah.
was gonna say $50 on the high end for sure.
Yeah. So it's dirt cheap. And if I have 1,000 of all the real estate agents in my area that have closed 8 buyer sides or more, we can have like virtually all of them. You become this like you become Jimmy Fallon or the
The
Oprah. Like you just,
celebrity. Yeah.
yeah, you become this. So a list of 1,000, we might spend, again, I don't know, and we're just picking a number here, but
Say
from our experience,
$100.
how much?
Like $100
Yeah,
for
$100
the
a
month.
month will make it so that when you call them, they're going to go, "Gosh, Nina, is that you? Really? This is Nina?" And I know it sounds weird. I swear it weirds me out. Not weirds me out. It feels funny though. It feels not funny laughing, but just funny, freaky on how the doors just swing open. It's just like it's like we just buttered everything up, you
Yep.
know. And when I walk into a room, it's like everybody's already had a couple shots of tequila, you know, just kind of loosen them up a little bit, you know. And it's a night and day difference. But we cannot overemphasize. You have got to be making phone calls. This is not something where I can run ads and sit back and start counting on my money. I'm just telling you, it's not that doesn't happen, but don't expect that to happen. Expect to have to do your phone calls and whatnot. So to get a copy of this recording, but where Nina did it, much more thorough and slower, and to get a copy of the PowerPoints, if you just go to loanofficerads.com, there's nothing to buy there. There's nothing for sale. Loanofficerads.com. We'll do 2 things. We're going to email it to you, and then we're also going to text you a link just in case it gets caught in a bulk email or something like that. Just go to loanofficerads.com. And, you know, the other thing, you know what I was thinking, Nina, the other thing we could do is we could get that recording that you and I did of marketing to our past database. That way, you go, well, Carl, you told me that
Yeah.
I should be calling my past database. We'll include, like, we'll like text you over like tomorrow or something like that. We'll have to put it together, but we'll text you over the scripts that we use to, when we call our past database, what do we say? We'll text you over some scripts that we use. It's been very, very, very effective for us. So, Dave, that's what we got today, man.
Guys, this was awesome. So, Nina, if you can stop sharing your screen. If you have questions in this live audience, we will try to get to them right now. So we'll look out for those. Carl, you did a great job of answering questions throughout the conversation. And here's the deal, guys. I want you as a mortgage coach, like if you use our software, if you're part of our platform, I don't care what channel, broker, banker, credit union, if you give a family a total cost analysis, you are in a family on a team of the best loan officers in America. And I want your past customers to know you so they get a total cost analysis. And I want every legit realtor that's doing business in your local market to know who you are. And that's why I do these interviews. That's why I brought Carl in here, is I want you to be the digital mayor of the market that you serve. And that word digital mayor means a lot of things to a lot of people. It could truly be your geographic zip code. If you specialize in doctor loans or VA loans, it may be a loan specialty, it may be a niche that you have. But one thing I know for sure is if you're not doing advertising spend on Facebook, then you're not even in the game. You're not in the battle for attention and trust. And that's the name of the game, guys. If you want to be that digital mortgage professional, that mortgage coach that's the most well known, you are in a battle, in a war for attention and trust. And if you're not doing this, there's a lot of families, you're not even in the mix because they're not seeing your email. They're not seeing you on Facebook. Wherever you are posting and sharing, they're not seeing you. So you gotta take this game to the next level. So,
and Dave, one more thing, just as an FYI, again, I'm a branch manager on the mortgage side. In the last 20 days, we just hired 15 new loan partners, like loan officer assistants. We just hired 15 running the Facebook ads. So we took the Facebook ads and we targeted loan officer assistants and processors on Facebook. And that's how we connected up with, and we literally hired 15 of them in the last 3 weeks. So you can also use it for help wanted ads too. Or I guess, or recruiting, you could run ads for, if you're a branch manager or company owner, man, it makes, it's great for recruiting too.
Love it, guys. So I just saw Todd put a question in. We're not going to answer this question right now. Todd, I'm going to push you to put this question into the Mortgage Coach Facebook group. What was a suggestion on how to get a list of realtors that close over 8 sell sides over 12 months? So we're not going to answer that right now. Put that in the Mortgage Coach Facebook group, start a post. I'll promise to respond to it. Mortgage Coach community, let's get them a great answer to that, because there's a lot of ways you could do it. Yeah. And we could spend 15 minutes on that. So guys, this has been an awesome call. The other thing I'm going to ask you, to get the maximum engagement in Facebook, you got to like stuff. You got to comment on stuff. That's what drives your organic feed. So if you are getting value from this, like if you watch this and you're like, I like this, this is cool, like give us a like. That helps us get more distribution on our content. So whether this
or how handsome Carl looked today, feel free, to post that,
right. Right. So guys, I liked it. I'm going to give it a like. If you love it, watch it with your team. Nina, it was awesome to meet you virtually. You crushed it. I am looking forward to keeping this conversation going. And thank you for all the value you brought today, Nina. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me on here. This was awesome.
Right on. And Carl, as always, dude, you bring it. Appreciate you, dude.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right, everybody. This call is a wrap. Hopefully you got value. Have a great week. If I don't see you before the 4th, have an amazing 4th of July. Take care, y'all.
Bye.